Hey there, folks. It's Brian from Tokyo Record Style. I am just heading back home after a little afternoon jaunt to Tsukiji. There was a analog market going on yesterday and today, and I just went and hung out for a little bit, and now I'm heading home, and the sun is setting, and it was such a nice trip over here. I thought I wish I had fired up this video on the way over here, but because I didn't, I was kind of rushing to get over here. I thought I'd do it on my way back. So I'm cutting across the center of Tokyo to go back home. And I'm over on the kind of east side of town, and I'm heading like due west over to the west side of town where I live. And I thought I would bring you along. Now, I am shooting this on the Insta360 X5, and I'm live streaming to YouTube, and I can't see comments, and I can't respond to anything, but I can't show you my live stream. And also, if you move your mouse around on the screen, you'll be able to see whichever angle and view you want to see. So I encourage you to move the camera around and see what's going on all around me. We are over in Tsukiji, which is the fish market. I'm kind of driving away from it right now, but when you come over here, you're in fish market town. And then we're going to go through Ginza, which is the sort of very, very, very up posh, the nicest area of Tokyo. Today is Culture Day, so it's actually a national holiday. And on the national holiday, they closed down Chuo-doro, the road that goes right through the middle of Ginza. It's kind of late in the afternoon. Well, it's 5 p.m. So I'm assuming the road's probably open back up, but it's kind of a nice place to come and spend a weekend. On the weekends and on holidays, they open it up. They close the road off to traffic, and it's just open to foot traffic. And there's a bunch of people hanging out on the streets of Tokyo. It's cold. It was warm today. I have a jean jacket on and a couple layers, but I'll be fine. But I'm kind of chilly. Over here on the right side is the Kabukiza. The Kabukiza is where is kind of the very important theater of Japanese kabuki. You know kabuki, it's the very kind of traditional performance art of Japan, and it's very, very beautiful. So that's the Kabukiza, and there's probably, the matinee show is already over, and it's getting ready for the main evening performance. Rolling up on Yonchome, I think this is Yonchome corner of Ginza. And there's the Seiko clock tower, the famous Wako building with Seiko on the top, filled with taxis. Okay, so it looks like the traffic it's just opened back up. Behind me is the Nissan building, and there's Ginza Chuo-dori, which is really cool. I hear Gucci has a Tada Noriyoko exhibit going on right now. I really want to check out. Cartier is over here on the right. Wow, that's really spectacular. I wonder who's the architect behind that. Here's the Ginza 6 and the Sony building to my left. Quite cool buildings. The Shinkansen bullet train goes right overhead right here. No bullet trains today. chilly. On the right is the hotel. All of the different shrines these are all stickers that you can buy at the local shrine that protect your car. They bless your car with safe driving. Oh, and there's the Tade. I'm not sure if you can see there's the fish market one, the Tade. I'm going to talk about that one there's a little fish market, sort of forklift wagon thing on there that you probably could, a little fish market, sort of forklift wagon thing on there that you probably could just barely make out. And over here to the right is Marunouchi. It's the business hub of Ginza, I would say, where a lot of office buildings are. Over here to the right is Nagatacho, where a lot more of the government offices are, both of the national government of Tokyo as well as the federal offices, as well as some of the prefectural offices. And over here on the right is a beautiful, huge stone wall, the outer gate of the Imperial Palace. The Imperial Palace is this giant swath of land, and there's a humble home in the center of it. Well, I say humble, but it's probably an enormous palace of sorts, but it's not really decorative, or doesn't look like a Western castle nor a Japanese castle. It kind of looks like a modern contemporary home, and so you can't really see it. You can't really, but here on the outer gardens, it's sort of traditional Japanese architecture. And right in front of me is the Diet building. It's the environmental Diet building. Their Congress is called the Diet, and vote on the laws. This is where the 500 members of parliament come and debate each other and filibuster each other up there in the Diet building. And the big Tokyo police station, the main police station, is right here on the left. And over here on the outer moats is where it's about 5 kilometers to run around the Imperial Palace. So if you want to get like a 5K or a 10K run in the morning or in the afternoon, you'll see people running around the palace all day long. And there's a correct direction to go. And it's, for whatever reason, I think it's counterclockwise. The motorcycle is not running particularly well. It's got some serious issues mechanically. The motor needs a complete overhaul, but I'm making it work. It's a Honda. It's so resilient. I basically just need to get a new motor, which will cost me about $300 bucks. It's not that big of a deal, but for right now, it just sounds like shit. It's got a bad, I think, some crank cams. I think the camshaft and the rocker assembly is just beat to shit. Not to mention the carburetor needs overhauling. I probably need a new air filter. Definitely need an oil change. And yeah, probably new clutch, and it's just time to overhaul the whole thing. But I have another bike kind of coming up right behind it, so I'm hoping that this will last me another 3 or 4 months. Right in front of me is the, excuse me, the Supreme Court of Japan. It's a very brutalist building. Wow, it is properly chilly. I'm cold. It was really nice today. I went to the record fair, the analog market. It was very cool. Because I made a video about it yesterday, I didn't really intend to make a video today. However, I found one stall there today that was very interesting, and I took a lot of photos that I'll probably share on as stories, but the little video that I made was about one particular stall. I'm going to go home and edit that video tonight. I'm going to order some pizza for my family if they didn't already make dinner. Have some pizza and edit a video. Maybe I should mail them. Supreme Court over here on the right, on the left, and then the National Theater. I think there's several National Theaters. Now we're rolling on to Koshukaido, Route 20. Koshukaido is one of the 5 major kaidos, one of the 5 major routes that lead out of Tokyo. It's a historical road. I think this went to probably Nagano and the western prefectures. It's the main road. Basically, you can just take this road all the way to Matsumoto-jo. And I don't know who was ruling Matsumoto-jo when this road was built, but I think it was well traveled by the medieval and feudal residents of Japan, of the sort of Middle Ages. All the way up through, the samurai and the warlords that were negotiating and battling against each other. They were probably traveling these footpaths, and there probably were also some, major, major paths of not just commerce, but of, religion is the word I'm looking at. I mean, there's probably teachings and a lot, I don't know. But the kaidos were, I know that people re-travel them because they're the same ones that the monks traveled on so many years ago. People go on pilgrimages on these routes. So I think once you get a little bit west of town, yes, there is the old school sort of Koshukaido, which is probably something akin to Route 66. But then there's also the footpath that you can travel along, and I think people love to go along those footpaths. It's a thing that you do, sort of like the Appalachian Trail or something. So we just passed Sophia University. Sophia is quite famous for international students. I can hear a little chime going. Dun, 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 dun. It's 5 p.m. It's dun, 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 dun. So if you can hear that, probably you can't hear it, but over the motorcycle, but there is some a chime that goes off on the loudspeakers across the neighborhoods that tells the kids it's time to go home from the park. Let's pack up the soccer balls and the baseballs, and dinner's ready, so head home, sundown. So those chimes play across all the neighborhoods, and some of them are at different times, interestingly, I think. Some of them are at 5:30 and some are at 6. I think most of them are just about this time, dusk. On an hour. So we're rolling through, what is this, Yotsuya? This might be Yotsuya. Yeah, Yotsuya. Coming up on the Firefighter and Police Station Museum. Kind of cool. They have like vintage, old school fire engines and police cars, and I think they even have like a firefighting helicopter in there. And here it is up here. Oh wait, one more, a couple more, I guess. Did we pass it? Maybe we passed. Oh no, here it is. This is you can see the fire engines over there. Okay, getting a little hectic. So if you travel over here on the left side, you can usually find a way through. But because you have this little gap where you have cars pulled over, but motorcycles will fit through usually. And I'm guessing this is kind of 5 o'clock traffic, but it's a national holiday today, so, but it's a Monday, so maybe some offices are working and most aren't. We're passing the Korea Center here on the left. I don't know well about the Korea Center, but I assume it's kind of a cultural center where you can go and find about what's going on in the city. So then you can zigzag through here, make sure there's no cars coming. And you can get out here to the front of the line. Oh no, the tunnel's totally jammed up. We gotta go through the tunnel. There's the Docomo Tower just over, that's Shinjuku Gyoen. We're gonna drive under Shinjuku Gyoen right now. But my goodness, that doesn't look too promising. We might have to, we can zigzag through them, but hopefully, that's intimidating. It's quite a long tunnel. What should we do? We just go for it. It's long, but so long as it's wide, so long as the cars aren't parked too close to each other, we can cut the lane, split the lanes. I don't think there's a faster way. Otherwise, we got to go all the way around the park or all the way around Shinjuku. Okay, this looks like trouble. So this guy in front of me has quite a wide bike, but I have a little narrow bike. So I can kind of sneak my way through here as long as I'm super careful. Sometimes the cars will be tight and sometimes they'll be kind of far from each other. Don't try this at home, kids. Okay, that might have taken us 15 minutes to go through there by car. But by bike, it's, you know, I'm through there in a couple of minutes. You can tell there's a Tesla. You can always tell the cars by their taillights, you know. Volvo. Oh no, Subaru that one is. Mazda, Alphard. Nice. Oh, let's go for it. Sorry. Probably safer to go than not. This is Shinjuku Station, the busiest train station in the world. I think it said that 3 million people pass through this station every day. I'm gonna wait. And over here, off in the distance, is the Park Hyatt Hotel up there on the top. Those 3 towers off in the distance. Wow, look at that sexy blue. That is so nice. Ooh, that is pretty. So the sun is, we're westbound, and the sun is going down that way, and we get this beautiful blue gradient, the blue hour, I'm gonna call it. You get this in the morning too. It's my favorite color of blue. And this is like really this is my stomping grounds all these years. I don't know how many thousands of times I've passed through this intersection. Shinjuku, Shimokitazawa, the Shi town, Shibuya. And I could just, it's just like so many memories. So many memories. First Kitchen and Wendy's hasn't changed in a million years. I think Wendy's is new, but First Kitchen has always been right there. A few other things has changed. Lumine is still there. And the Parks, the New York bar, at the Park City's right ahead. That would be fun to go up there. I've been up there a few times. It's nice. I live about 15 minutes from here on the west side of town. Well, the west side of town, I'd say. I mean, there's a giant, loop that goes around Tokyo. There's no real central downtown. There is a neighborhood called Tokyo. Tokyo is the 23 wards, and it's also the name of the prefecture. And there's probably also because there is a Tokyo station, and I assume there's also Tokyo Ichome and Tokyo Nichome. I assume there's a neighborhood with the name Tokyo on it around Tokyo Station, but there might not actually be a neighborhood that's called Tokyo. I should find that out. That would be interesting to know. We're still on Koshukaido, and we take this all the way basically to my house. You can't see it, but to my right is Tokyo Opera City, where there are lots of great, the Performing Arts Center, the hall inside Opera City is insane. It's so cool. It's very, very cool. Wow, the traffic it's that time. So let's get over here on the left, and then we can scoot out of here. This guy needs to turn on his lights. Driving around with no lights. Oh no, wait, he has lights. He just doesn't. So, right? I mean, you know, okay, every once in a while you get a taxi who's like, oh, they're trying to get over. But it's like the easiest way to get around the city. You gonna go? Get over there. Go on now. Oh, he wants to go this way. Okay. Oh, there's a cool bike. Nice Cafe Racer. Did you see that one? With the forked handles. Okay, so this is kind of Hatagaya-ish. This is where I lived for a lot of years, for about 5 years. Oh no, there's an ambulance. Hope everybody's okay. Coming through. Okay, Odaijini. Oh, he's going fast. Well, thanks for coming along with me on this ride home. I like this. It's kind of fun to just, I think I've probably taken you on this exact same route before, but I just like to share. I like to share the city. I just like to share. It'd be great if I could like somehow communicate something. If there was like a little earpiece, you guys could send me little questions or messages and I could comment on them. I wonder, that'd be kind of fun. That's probably right around the corner. Now the overpass would be the way to get past the intersection quickly, but I'm not going to take the overpass. I'm going to take the underpass. There's a little strategic move here. Oh shit! Well, you got to pay attention to the lights. Ah man, I played it wrong. Oh well. Well, this is a rather small light, so there's the chance. Is he gonna? Oh, it might not go on that long. Look, he's kind of moving over for me. A little bit, or he's not. I saw him kind of like, he saw me in his rearview mirror and he'll kind of move over to the left or the right to let me through. And then I'm not going to be able to fit through there, so that's a rather big. Oh, you gotta be okay. Somebody's doing some stuff here. They're getting in the wrong. We're out here. We may be ahead of the overpass yet. It might have been. And there's somebody who's behind me on his scooter. Easy city to navigate, and you don't a delivery guy on a bicycle. But you gotta kind of here's another take. And okay, let's do this. So maybe this will be faster. That I'm around with into traffic like this guy ahead of me and I are both doing. So it was definitely smarter to go. So he's got a really old bike, really cool old vintage bike. He's got kind of a Brat. And the Brat's got, the style of the Brat is to have these big handlebars, and it's cool. Yabai! Mechi yabai! Kakkoi! Kakkoi! Yabai! Kyotsukete janai! Yabai! Kakkoi! Yeah, it's cool. I saw him look confused. He was like, what? What did I do? I said, yabai. It means like, whoa. Yabai. And he's like, what did I do? And I'm like, no, not that yabai. Like I'm saying, it's cool. It's a cool bike. And the traffic is insane. Oh, there might be an accident? Is that what's going on? And boy, it's really crowded. This bus is gonna pose a problem. I'm gonna have to sneak. Well, maybe. Hold on. We might. Hey, look at that! Snuck past the bus. I don't know really, to be honest, honestly, I don't really know if the way that I ride in traffic is the way that other people ride in traffic. Very, like the third day that I was in Japan, maybe the second day I was in Japan. Zigged in. Feels like it's the right way. I kind of make this weird comparison. You know, my family, we weren't a gun family. We didn't have guns at home. There were no shotguns or rifles in my house. My dad had like a pellet gun, I think. And I think it was just like a childhood toy that he had. But I remember maybe we had a BB gun for like one summer. That went away rather quickly. I think we shot my poor sister's Barbies, and she was mortified, and we were in huge trouble for it. And I think that got taken away from us. It was, you know, the Red Ryder the Red Ryder BB gun. Anyway, my dad did have like a little different kind of BB gun that was probably from his childhood. That was like it was a handgun, and it was like a Walter PPK or something. It was like a James Bond sort of, you know. It didn't quite look like a. It looked like a little James Bond, you know, villain gun. Kind of looked like Han Solo's, you know, the gun that Han Solo shot Greedo with. And but the neighbors down the street, one family in particular, although there were lots of them like this, they, you know, they had rifles, and they'd go hunting every winter, and they'd come back and there'd be like a deer hanging from the garage ceiling. They'd be skinning it, and it's like really intense. But you know, when you have guns in America and you're a hunter, you go through, all the hunters' kids have to go, it's like a Boy Scout kind of thing. You have to go through the, you know, gun safety course, what do they call it? Fire, you know, gun safety course. Everybody's got to take their weekend-long 2 5-hour days, and you got to learn about, I don't know what, carrying through your gun, and about how to hold it, and how to, you know when to have the safety and when to put your finger on it. You got to know all, you learn all these things. And for the motorcycles, I feel like that's we had the same sort of respect and knowledge and, you know, safety concern with motorcycles that our neighbors had for the guns. We had motorcycles at home. So this is Inokashira-dori. This is the road that takes you all the way to Kichijoji and Inokashira Park. I think Inokashira is the name of a flower. I forget which flower it is. It's like, but this is, yeah, something Flower Boulevard, and this is not far from my house. So it might kind of seem a bit far, but it's really not. It's like, I'm 20 minutes to work. I'm 20 minutes to Shinjuku, you know, 10 minutes to Shimokita, 10 minutes to Kichijoji. It's a really nice little pocket of Tokyo to be living. I'm very happy that I live where I live. And yeah, I've always lived over on this side of town because those guys, those original crew of dudes that I used to run around with, they were all art school kids, and they all went to Musabi. And Musabi is the Musashino Art University, and they're all like, you know, weirdos, misfits, punks, and hippies. And yeah, that's always been my crew. So I've always been bouncing around Shinjuku and Kichijoji and Shimokita all these years. And so when it came time to settle down and put a house together with the family, you know, we found what we thought would be the best place, and I'm really glad we landed where we did because, you know, I don't want to live in Shinjuku. I very, very, very much like where we live. It's very, it has everything that we might want, like as far as the Shotengai, the shopping street might be concerned. Well, maybe not everything, but nice that it doesn't. Here and what else here? I'll take you down the Shotengai if it's not. But let's see if it is. Well, 5-minute ride it took me to here. I hope you enjoyed. If you wouldn't mind, like, I'll go back and like look at the comments. If anybody left a comment, maybe I was just here by myself the whole time. But if you enjoyed, hit the like button, and maybe if you're not already subscribed, hit the subscribe button. And okay, it's closed. It's closed to traffic, or foot traffic. So I will say goodbye here. There's our little shopping street. And yeah, it's closed until for 30 more minutes to foot traffic. So I'm just gonna go directly home. So I'm gonna say goodbye. Thanks for being here. Appreciate it. And more Tokyo Record style stuff coming out of our camp tonight.